I'd love to welcome to the stage, Colleen Stewart!
Have you ever lost confidence in yourself? Have you felt that the very fibre of your being has been unravelling thread by thread? I have. At one point in my career as a midwife, I lost confidence in myself and my ability to do my job. But I have found through looking forward and changing my mind and exercising invisible mending, healing through creativity, that I have moved forward and healed myself. There was this one time in the hospital, I was second in a delivery, which meant I was receiving the vein. The room was all set up, and I went in and asked the midwife, what's happening? And she told me, Susan and Paul were having a baby, and they were, everything was going normally. There was no problems, and we were just waiting, anticipating this beautiful birth. Something so magical birth. The baby was born, and there was such a feeling of love in the room. But it didn't cry straight away. So we took him into the resusc and dried him off. And I started giving him some oxygen. And then he went a bit dusky, and I realised the oxygen therapy wasn't on. I turned it on and gave him some oxygen, and he picked up well, but he did not pick up if he wasn't vigorous. So we took him to the special care nursery. 2 weeks later, I was in the nursery and I thought I saw the father Paul in there, and I thought, why is that baby in the nursery 2 weeks later? And I then went on days off, and I was so stressed, so disappointed in myself, thinking that maybe I had caused this baby's in part. This is when I lost my confidence in myself as a midwife. But my friend came over one morning before work, and she said to me, and I was due to go back to work that day, and I was a terrible mess. I hadn't slept, I hadn't eaten. I was just a wreck. She said to me, we need to go find out what happened to that baby. So we did. We went and found out. The baby was fine. The baby was warm with an infection and was given antibiotics and went home 3 days later. It was all in my life, but I had already lost confidence in myself. So I did not want to put myself in that responsible position again, and I decided to leave work and change my direction. Stay with me here. I had been sewing for a long time, and I went to finish an advanced diploma in fashion design, which I had started earlier. Sewing is such a pleasurable activity. It is, you get lost in it. It is so medicine and healing. Through the years of working in the fashion industry, getting a job, finishing my degree, creating my fashion label, I have been invisibly mending myself, strand by strand, garment by garment, building my confidence. And I found that invisible mending is so powerful, and that I can help other people. So I started teaching invisible mending. I started teaching people how they can create their own clothing that fits well and gives them confidence. There's 3 ways you can increase confidence by invisible mending. Firstly, the act of actually creating something from nothing gives you a sense of achievement, which increases confidence. The meditative nature of sewing and creating lets you your lives go into a different place, and time stands still, and you have a time to relax your brain. Thirdly, creating well-fitting, good-looking clothing that you love. When you're wearing it, that in itself brings confidence. So I have had so much pleasure with my students when they achieve little, it may just be a little thing, putting an invisible zip in, that was amazing. Finishing their garments that they love to wear. It's so amazing what creativity can do. I don't think anybody has too much confidence. I mean, people have confidence, but I don't think you can get too much of it. So, if you would love to experience Invisible Mending, I would love to teach you how to create garments that will make you feel amazing, that will put you into a different state of mind and heal by Invisible Mending. Thank you.
Yeah, look, to be quite honest, of the over 6,000 students we've had, you are the very first person that we've had a pattern major and so on to come along. And you know something? Us seeing you up on stage, because in most cases you're always behind the scenes. And I actually, in a way, you've sort of been hiding behind the sewing machine. But by you coming out here today and being brave and confident and sharing, I think that's awesome. I do. And I can feel and sense that craving that there is more for you. Well, one thing I will mention is this. We are now living in a profile economy. Let me tell you something you already know. Yeah, people follow people. And one thing I love about you is that it's now you know that it's your turn. It's your turn to shine, Colleen. You are good enough to shine. And by you getting up on here, you're in the arena. And so I'm going to finish off my future state with a quote. And it's a quote by a previous American president, Theodore Roosevelt. But actually, one of the most famous TED talkers ever, she actually used it as a cornerstone for a book. And that's Brené Brown. And so I'm going to read this out. And it reminds me of you. Because you've now gone from the stands and onto the court. From the audience into the arena. So listen to this, everyone, and I really, really like this. It's not the critic who counts, not the person who points out how the strong person stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the person who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust, sweat, and blood, who strives valiantly, who at best knows that in the end of triumph, of high achievement, or who at the worst, if they fail, at least they fail while daring greatly. Congratulations.